Hello everybody, this is actually a phone upload. I guess it's my first one, you could say. I'm on lunch at work, but my awesome girlfriend who sends me some of the coolest stories that I post to you guys sent me these three interesting stories I wanted to share with you. Now, was the FBI searching for lost Civil War gold in Pennsylvania? Now, I did hear something about this, but I didn't look into it. She sent me the link a little while ago. The agency was recently seen evacuating a site where, according to some Elk County locals, a missing shipment of gold bars was buried. This article continues on. I will leave all these links in the description box once I am done recording this. Legend has it that in 1863, just before the outbreak of the Battle of Gettysburg, the Union Army dispatched a wagon train filled with gold that would be used to pay Union soldiers. The wagon train departed from Wheeling, West Virginia, and made it to St. Mary's, Pennsylvania. Not too far from where I am, if I'm not mistaken. At some point after that, however, the shipment of gold disappeared. The story might very well be fictional or a mere rumor that has persisted for generations. So basically, they're talking about this as a possibility, but if the FBI showed up and cleared out a site near where this rumor was once thought to be either fact or fiction, depending on the historians in that area, why would they be doing this? Apparently it was 52 gold bars. Large metal, high-powered metal detectors indicate the presence of a large metal object 8 feet to 10 feet under the fire pit. So I guess this was under someone's property in a fire pit. I remember a similar story a couple years ago where a family were digging on their property along a tree, and they found a can filled with gold coins. And I'm not even sure they were able to keep them. I'm not sure what the laws are as far as finding massive amounts of gold, whether it's on your property or not. I guess if you go public with it, of course the government's going to want their share. So very interesting story. Moving on here, we have another one about a mummy. This one's pretty interesting, and then we are going to finish off with a UFO story. 2,500-year-old mummy found in what was thought to be an empty Egyptian coffin. Scientists in Australia have discovered the remains of a mummy in a 2,500-year-old coffin that was previously classified as empty. The coffin acquired by the University of Sydney 150 years ago was left untouched in its Nicholson Museum and was never studied. Why would they not study that? That boggles my mind. But when researchers removed the lid to the coffin late last year, they discovered the tattered remains of a mummy. The records previously said the coffin was empty or with debris. There's a lot more to it than previously thought, said Jamie Fraser, the lead investigator and senior curator at the museum. Again, I will leave these links in the description box. 2,500-year-old mummy. They never opened the casket to see what was inside. I don't know. Maybe they did, and they just wanted to wait to release the story. Who knows? A coffin's original occupant, Fraser said, initial study shows the remains of a single human, an adult probably around the age of 30. According to history books, the average age in ancient Egypt around those times was about 40 years old. Again, there is some disagreement with that. Some people say they lived a lot longer than that, and they had all sorts of different technologies that we either do or don't know about. Again, I'm not here to debate that, but maybe we'll dig into that at another time. We know from the hieroglyphics that the Myrnithis workers in the temple of Shekhemet, the lion-headed goddess, Fraser said. So this may have been someone important. So I would be confused if they didn't dig into this further and we get some more information on it. So that is story number 2. And finally, here is the third one. We are having another pilot talking about UFO sightings. Now, if you remember, we posted a video, or we spoke about the Pentagon releasing 3 UFO videos, one of which actually had audio of the pilots talking about it live during the actual capture. They use this new technology where you can scan an object that's moving, and if you capture it at the right time, it begins to track it. Now, I believe the plane was about 25,000 feet away from the object, well above it, and they captured this thing like just going straight across the ocean. Certainly was not an airplane, certainly was not a bird. This thing was flying, and you can actually hear the pilots freaking out about it. That was a very cool story. So, this is our third story, courtesy of KTAR News. 92.3 FM, 2 pilots report seeing a UFO in southern Arizona skies by Joe Gilmore. Credit to Joe. Thank you very much for this article. Pilots flying on 2 separate aircraft report seeing an unidentified flying object. Now remember, that does not mean alien. That does not mean extraterrestrial. It means exactly what it means, unidentified flying object. People need to really understand that because we don't know what we're dealing with. This could be a governmental technology. It could be aliens. It could be demons. I mean, a lot of people have many disagreements with that. Once again, I'm not here to debate that. I'm here to show you these articles and share this interesting information with you, courtesy of my girlfriend who sends me seriously the coolest articles, which is why we are getting her own channel. She will be uploading, at least that's what my opinion is about it, because she finds some of the best stories. Let's see here. The incident took place over southern Arizona around 3:30 p.m. February 24th. So this story is a little older, but they're just talking about it now. Between the New Mexico border and Sonoran Desert National Monument, which is about 40 miles from Phoenix, Arizona. The Drive reported that one witness, a commercial pilot flying a jet from American Airlines, said the object was above 40,000 feet and had a big reflection. So it's very rare that you get airline pilots talking about this stuff, mostly with fear of losing their jobs. I've read a lot of articles about pilots talking about UFOs and then all of a sudden they are dismissed from their work. A few minutes later, the pilot confirmed that something passed over his aircraft. Don't know what it was, but it was at least 2,000 to 3,000 feet above us, he said. So they were probably traveling about 37,000 feet, about normal cruising altitude for airliners. It passed right over top of us. I guess the pilots saw it because the front windows of those airplanes, you could see a little bit above you. As a passenger, you can only see straight out. So anything above you, you would not be able to see. Can you tell if it was in motion or just hovering? Traffic control asks. Negative. I don't know if it was a weather balloon or whatnot. Weather balloon. I love it. The pilot said it had a big reflection several thousand feet above us going in the opposite direction. So there you have it, guys. 3 very interesting articles. If you remember, we posted a video the other day about a shiny object reflecting off the sunlight and moving west to east over the north area of Texas on our water vapor chart we use for our weather forecast. So what is going on in the skies lately? Why is the Pentagon talking about UFOs all of a sudden? Your guess is as good as mine. I will be posting more articles like this. And again, my girlfriend TYPEX, who is down in the comment section, just about in every video, communicating with you guys, keeping you updated, which is wonderful when I'm at work. It's just a very great team effort. And you guys will be hearing from her for sure. But 2 or 3 very interesting articles I wanted to share with you. I appreciate your time. Got to get back to work, but I will this afternoon be back with another update, whether it's more info on this stuff or a update on the severe weather going down in the middle of the country as we speak. We are going to have some tornado situations going on in Tornado Valley. We are heading into that time. Again, May is peak season, so March and April is the beginning. We already saw 2 outbreaks in February and 1 in March. So we are lining up for a busy tornado season. And then guess what? Ding, ding, ding. It is hurricane season 2018, which in my opinion will be very, very significant. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I will be back shortly later on this afternoon. Appreciate your time, and thank you to my girlfriend Caroline. Very much appreciate it, babe. Thank you so much.